Old, new, old, new, old, new, old, new.
Should I buckle in for this?
Where we're going, we don't need seatbelts. Hey everybody, I'm Justin with VMP Performance.
And I'm Andrew from Mustang Lifestyle.
This is like deja vu again. I'm on the dyno with the GT500 and a VMP Gen3R. We're gonna slap this puppy on Andrew's car and see how much horsepower we can make.
All of it.
What's the limit that we're stopping at?
All of it.
Because I do see that your car has drag radials, and being that it's Florida, you pretty much drive them in the rain.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Just see how it goes. Okay, okay. You got the word from the owner himself, Andrew of Mustang Lifestyle. Just see how much power you can make, and give it all of it.
Party.
All these stock 5.8 motor parties. I need some wood to knock on. You want to do the honors?
Oh, there it is. Oh, smells like horsepower.
Smells like horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Looky there.
Can I pick this up? Yeah, I'm just gonna take this and get some alone time.
Oh shit. Andrew, we'll put the camera down real quick while he does his, all right, Andrew, you wanna give it some kisses? All right, we're gonna get this puppy out of the package. All right, we're gonna bolt this directly in place of Andrew's Trinity blower, slap a bigger pulley on it, the same throttle body, and see what it does. But first, baseline dyno pulls on the Trinity. We are on the dyno. We're gonna make the first pull with the Trinity. Now, Andrew's Trinity's already been upgraded with a VMP Stage 4 kit, which is a 2.4 upper pulley, a VMP Twin Jet 67, a JLT 123 cold air, and an X4. Very common mods to start off with, but he recently added long tube headers, so we're gonna see what baseline's with the headers before we swap the Gen3R. Sorry, that was a mouthful. The reason I've got a vacuum lane here is because we do have to do a little bit of milling and drilling to install the VMP Gen3R. The 2.65 liter rotors are so much wider that they hit this little coolant tower right here. So we're gonna use this tool, we're gonna mill it down, we're gonna vacuum up the shavings. It's the only part of the Gen3R install that's at all invasive. That was the best compromise for us. We didn't want to push the supercharger back. We didn't want to push it into the hood. We wanted to maintain the optimum placement of the supercharger because there's things like inlets and discharges that are really important. So the best trade-off is to just mill that boss. We worked with a company to make a tool specifically for this. It's included with every VMP Gen 3 and Gen3R supercharger kit. And I'm going to show you what to do. It's really nothing to worry about at the end of the day. So after I unbolt the fuel rails, I like to work them back and forth. It helps get the O-rings unstuck. And if you're lucky, you can lift the rail and the injectors out at the same time without having a bunch of fuel splash out. Success. If you are doing just a blower swap with a VMP Gen2R, Gen3, Gen3R, you can just take the fuel rail and rotate it out of the way. Just make sure you don't kink that line. Swap the blower, put it back on. However, we are changing injectors on Andrew's car, so we're gonna take the other side off. I'm gonna try to put everything upside down, just keep from making a mess, and swap the injectors real quick. See if I can pull it off. So we got all of our injectors swapped out for FIC 1000s. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt down the driver's side of the rail so the injector holes stay covered, nothing falls in them. and because it has to be bolted down before we swap on the VMP Gen3R, because you can't get to the back bolt under the elbow. We're gonna pull out this little bolt. We're gonna do the milling trick with a special milling tool. That's gonna make room for the massive Gen3R. And we'll be ready to bolt it up after lunch. Ooh, that's hot. Now that we're done, we just drop the factory bolt back in. Once the supercharger's installed, you can barely even tell that this area over here was modified. Old, new, old, new, old, new, old, new. Quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
And broader.
For sure.
So I wanted to lay both of them out on the dyno trailer so I can show everybody the little nuances of swapping them on. First thing that is totally unique for us is we've got a boost reference on the back of the blower, and it's kind of hidden. So if you forget to install it, you will have a vacuum leak. So you got to put a little bit of sealant on here. And this is basically, if you install cams and you do a low vacuum bypass valve in the future, you can put a little elbow on here and you can boost reference the bypass valve without really having to run a bunch of lines. All of the Gen3Rs that are shipping out after this one will have a plug pre-installed. So this is just kind of a nuance that we've got to install one in your blower. There's a bunch of little things that if you don't get them pre-installed on the blower, you're gonna be really hating yourself later on, because if you bolt the blower down, you can't put them on.
Tight.
So we're gonna take this valve off. We're gonna install this guy right here. We've got our evap hardware kit. So go ahead and swap this vacuum line because this is hard to get to. So this guy goes right on here. We're gonna start you out on a 2.6 pulley.
I put the 2.4 in that box.
Oh geez, here we go again.
Wait, we can put the 2.5.
Look, not right now. I know, I've seen your videos. I know what you're out there doing. Hey, pro tip, if your pulley sounds like a meat grinder, after you start your car up for the first time, the bolts are loose. Last prep for the blower swap is to install the Egr studs. They go right over here. Makes installing the Egr so easy. And then we gotta put the special gasket on here and then slam the Egr in. All right, last step, get an Egr valve on. Make sure you've got the stainless steel gasket with a little restrictor hole in it in there. Then use the little nuts we provide to bolt it down. I got co-pilot Joe over here. We're gonna do an actual pull and see what the Gen3R does. We're going. We don't need seat belts.
I heard you needed some adult supervision.
Adult supervision. Joe is
From
here
the younger one.
for without supervision. We got a little bit more timing in it. Still same pulley and throttle body combo on the Gen3R. Gonna see if we can hit Andrew's power target. I'll tell you, man, when we did the blue car, we were not sweating like we are now.
Yeah, that's something fierce today.
All right, everybody, we made a bunch of horse pressure, and that's it. No, really. That was our final pull for today, 797 rear wheel horsepower, 779 rear wheel torque. We made a bunch of horse pressure, and we did it with the new VMP Gen3R, 2.6 upper pulley, twin 67 throttle body. I'm sure Andrew is gonna be back, so we haven't turned this one up as much as that blue car that was on the dyno last week. Andrew, we're gonna let you loose with this, and then in a couple of weeks we might give it a little bit more. Andrew makes videos on YouTube for a living, so he's kind of a dyno content. I'm not
Dyno
gonna,
snob.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the other word. So he's always out there for the experience, showing people what he does with Mustangs. So once again, that was our final pull for today, 797 rear wheel horsepower, 779 rear wheel torque, under 20 pounds of boost, 20 degrees of timing, and that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to see more of me, Joe, Rebecca, Matt, everybody at VMP Performance that makes your horsepower dreams come true.